Sri Guru. Welcome everyone in today's conversation on Ramayana. And yesterday, as we moved our way to discussing, and we were discussing about how a person tends his mind and pollutes his entire life, and how he'd be able to extricate himself from all those impurities that gather in him. And in some way, whatever is inside him, he throws those materials outside in his environment, and how making himself a better person, how he could help this entire world, entire system around him. And we were talking about ignorances. And in the previous class, in the previous conversation, in the previous days, we were discussing about all these matters, how a person is affected by all these disabilities, by all this dirtiness, and he falls in the tangle. He gets entangled in all of those things, and he just feels shorter in power, and he couldn't make himself out of those conditions. But this knowledge, whatever we hear in these literatures, in these divine literatures, when we align our lives to these teachings, we could easily, day by day, gradually, be able to move on the path of goodness and extricate ourselves from all those things that we feel are bad for us, that we feel are bad for ourselves and for the entire world. So yesterday in previous classes we were discussing about that, and we would move forward today in the next verses. So in the next verse, it has been said that Trisapta Kula Sanyuktaha Sarva Papa Vivarjitaha Prayati Rama Bhavanam Yatra Gatva Na Shochate. So about the person who understands this, who is understanding this language, the language of this knowledge, and applying the teachings of Sri Rama in his life, what his life becomes into, that it is said that his entire lineage, his generations, previous generations, get fulfilled, get pured by his acts, and he too starts uplifting, and eventually he achieves Rama, the Almighty, and he starts dipping in the ocean of purity, and that is how he becomes free from all the sorrow. And this is the ultimate desire, this is the ultimate purpose of every soul, to become sorrowless, to eradicate all the sorrows of life. In Gita, we have studied in Gita too, where Arjuna says, Krishna nashto moha smritiralabha tvat prasadan maya chutaha sthito smi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. In Gita, Arjuna says Sri Krishna, that I have eradicated all the sorrows of my life, and now I am in front of you. I have surrendered myself to you to do whatever you say. So whenever we surrender ourselves to greater force in this nature, every force lives in this nature. And when we surrender ourselves to a greater force, to pure force, then we become happier person, we become a better person, we become a peaceful person. And that, what is the power? What is the sign of those powers? We understand it from these literatures. And when a person surrenders himself to God, to Almighty, to the godly powers that I said yesterday about, all the powers that are covering us from all sides, when we are working, when our entire work, when our entire life is aligned to the welfare of nature, to nature, with our entire life resembles godly thing, that we always get the blessings of God, the blessings of godly powers in this nature. And when a person doesn't do that, he is just alienating himself from good works, he is entering in sinful works, then his life it becomes a bad life. The same way, if a person in a materialistic, in physical world, we could understand it this way, that in Ayurveda, it's been said that curd and milk products shouldn't be eaten simultaneously, but when a person eats them simultaneously, a person who is not knowing that, and a person who knows this, that opposite things opposite in nature, curd is made of milk and milk products are made of milk, but they are opposite in nature. Curd is sour and milk products are sweet. So they are opposite in nature, and when a person eats both of them simultaneously, then what happens? A person who knows the laws of Ayurveda, he gets scared that what would happen of this person who is taking both of these things simultaneously. This is not a good thing to be taken these two items simultaneously at the same time. The same way, when God watches us, watches any person taking bad feelings, bad emotions, bad negative feelings about anything on this nature that we were not supposed to do, and God also gets scared, sort of, that what would come off of this person. I made this person to appreciate good things, to take in good things, to take in good feelings and shower good feelings in the entire society, in the entire planet, on the entire earth, but he is doing the opposite thing. So what is going to come out of this person? So this entire nature, this entire godly powers get scared of our acts, and they start feeling that what is this person going to do in his life? In the same way, we, a knowledgeable person, gets feared, gets scared by any one person, an ignorant person's act, that watching him, that if he is doing something bad, the same way, these godly powers leave us. This godly existence, we become alone whenever we are on a wrong path. Any person, when he is on a wrong path, he feels himself alone. That's why he cannot sit a while in meditation. A wrong person, a nefarious person, the person who has committed crimes and crimes in his life, he cannot sit alone. All his bad deeds start just gathering around him and invite him. That you are a bad person, you are an ill person, you are a nefarious person, you are a despicable person. How are you sitting alone? He cannot sit alone. A person who has committed crimes and just hell works throughout his life, just ask him to sit alone, sit still. He cannot do that. Why? Because all the godly powers, all those subtle powers of the nature eradicate him. All those subtle powers of this nature just go away from him, and he feels alone himself. Everything in this physical world can give you money, opulence, prosperity. Everything on this earth that we get from money is materialistic. Money can give you things, not happiness. Money can give you many properties, many things, many materialistic things, but not the eternal things. And when the person understands this in his life, he feels alone in himself. Everything he occupies, everything he gets, but he never gains his heart. He never pacifies his heart, his inner heart, his soul. So that's why it said that whatever sin you are committing, maybe today you are not understanding the truth, you are committing sins, but one day when the life is gone, when your youth is gone, when your powers are gone, and you're all alone, then you feel, what a hell work I did in my life. And that's why it said that the person's greatest regret in life is why I did this work when I was not supposed to do this work, and why I did not do this work when I was supposed to do this work. So it is the greatest remorse of a person that he feels in his later years of his life. So when time is there, that's why it's said that you wake up when there is time for you to understand, to rectify yourselves. And this is the time. Today is the time. Present moment is the time. Neither past nor the future is the time. To regret on the past is a useless work. To worry about the future is a useless work. Only remain in your present. Rectify your present. Live in the present and work good works in your present. And that's how you feel better for your works, for your life, and you never have to feel sorry for your past or worry for your future. That's why the sages said all the time, remain in your present moment. Remain in your true moment. This is the true moment where you could build anything. Today, this time, this moment is an opportunity. A person who watches opportunity in his present moment can only be a successful, can only be a helpful, can only be a prosperous and a happy person in his life. That's why it is said that always pay attention on the opportunities that come every time in the present moment. And those are opportunities, and work on them in a pure manner. An evil person also finds opportunity, but they are not opportunities. They are just works. They are type of chasms where he falls down and he never gets able. He never gains the power to come out from them. So never fall in chasm. Never just fall down in the ocean of sins. That's the matter that's been discussed here. So never do any such works by which your entire family, your entire human race gets blemished, gets separated from the worth, from the purpose which it was created for. So never blemish, never stigmatize your humanity, your family, your mothers, your fathers. Everyone has expectations from you. Your life is not just one life. Your father's life, your mother's life, your parents' life, every relative's life, every person's life is attached with you. You are the element of this entire system, and whatever you do, this entire system is going to suffer the repercussions of your work. So take care of yourselves. Take the responsibility that whatever I am doing, not only I, but even many people would suffer the doings of my work, would suffer the result of my work. So whatever you do, either good work or bad work, both of the works are going to give some results. And if you're doing a good work, the whole world will remember you as a greater person. And if you're committing bad works and not listening to whatever the scriptures say, and thus just keep on going ridiculing the scriptures, these knowledges, one day you'd feel that whatever I did was wrong, and I should have understood this true knowledge when there was time. Ravana, Sri Rama are the live examples in front of us. Kamsa and Krishna are live examples in front of us. The entire Mahabharata war is an example in front of us. This literature, these ancient heritages are the live examples in front of us. Sri Rama is prayed and Ravana is burned. Why? Because he didn't follow anything. He didn't follow the suggestions of his parents, the suggestions of his elders, the suggestions of the scriptures, and now he has got an ignominy. And Sri Rama, on the other hand, is prayed. We offer our prayers to him. We resemble Sri Rama as a god. Why? Because they never alienated them from the teachings, from the suggestions, from anything, any good thing that they achieved from their guru, from their parents, from this nature, from entire existence. That's why we pray them. So if you want to remember, if you want to be remembered by millions and millions of people, even after you are not on this earth, this is the way. And it's not a wish, it's not a desire to get remembered. It's the purpose of our life to remain the one that we were created for. This is our purpose. Building skyscrapers or bridges or anything, whatever you do, that's the secondary thing. Whatever materialistic thing in the physical world that we do, that all are secondary things. The first thing is you understand yourself, you understand the true thing that you are. Even the animals are living, they make houses, they live their lives, they die, they eat food. But why are we? the superior things in the nature, the superior creations in the nature, because we have this intellect to understand the things, to know the things, to act upon them. Just living this physical life erratically is not the purpose of our life, was not the purpose of our life. The main purpose of our life was to understand who we were. This is a great chance as a human body. And if we are not following the rules, if you're not following the purpose of our life, we are just degrading ourselves. We are just degrading. We are just pulverizing the great chance that we got as a human body to know ourselves. So the primary work of human life is to know himself and then do every work. There is no offense in doing any work materialistic. Do every work. Every work has its value on this earth. A doctor has its value, an engineer has its value, a teacher has its value. Every person, every entity, every work on this planet has its value. But first you understand who you are, and when you understand who you are, what is the true purpose of your life, then whatever work you do on this earth becomes a divine work, becomes a pure work. Because when you are aligned with this knowledge, with this fact that you are a human being and you need not to persecute anyone, you need not to suffer anyone. And then when you are aligned with this theory, with this knowledge, with this truth, then whatever work you do, that becomes divine, because that work never eradicates the emotion of humanity. That work never eradicates the feelings of humanity. It contains the feelings of humanity that help every person, not only human beings, but all the creatures on this earth. And when you do that type of work, then you become the real person. Because this entire earth, this entire planet, this entire universe is the home of God. God has created this entire thing that we see around us, this entire nature. And He'd never allow anyone to harm this nature. You take your house. Would you allow anyone to enter your house and just do anything in your house? Would you allow that? Anyone to enter your house and do anything in your house? To keep things here and there? No, you'd not allow anyone. The same way, God never allows, God never wants His own good creations, His own sons and daughters to just do anything in this nature that is harmful for everyone. And when you do good things to this nature, when you are wanting to do some good things in your house, your parents, your father, your mother, everyone would support you. Do this thing. It's better, it's good for our house, for our family. But if you are on a bad path, they tell you, they suggest you that it's not a good thing to do, so move away from this. The same way, when you are working for this nature, when you're doing all your works, all your activities that resemble the goodness of nature, that help nature in some way, then all the godly forces come with you, attach with you, and your work becomes more powerful. You practice it one day. You practice having good feelings, better emotions, better works, better activities, better behaviors for everyone. Every element on this nature, you'd feel that some force is coming with you to help you in this work, in your work. So I was telling, this whole earth, this whole planet is a creation of God, is the home created by God for His sons and daughters, all the creatures. And if you're disturbing this, if anyone is disturbing the laws of nature, he should understand that anyway, anyhow, he's not gladdening God. He is just he's sort of tormenting God. And that way, if he lives that way, no powers, he'd get no gainings, he'd get no support for whatever he's doing. Whatever we feel we are getting support of people. We are getting support of our relatives, of our families. How long would this support you? These materialistic things, this materialistic world will not support you after some limit. You'd feel it when you live this life. But that eternal support never leaves you. But if without that eternal support, if you're getting support of anyone on this planet, it's not eternal. It'll break apart one day. This support of this materialistic support will break down one day. And then you'll feel all alone. Because whatever we see on this planet is not complete. And how could an incomplete thing help you, make you completely happy, make you completely devoid of all the sorrows? Never. It can never do that. So that power is complete powerful being. The King of the Kings, the King of all the power is Almighty. When you surrender yourselves to that power, then you get the real happiness, then you get the real support. And if that support is with you, it doesn't matter how much support you have of the people on this earth, you would win the race. And if you don't have that support, it doesn't matter how many people support you, millions and millions of people support you, you somewhere in your heart would feel weakness. You in your heart would feel somewhere you are powerless. So never eradicate, never just turn down godly presence. It is there, believe it, believe this truth, and live your life in a good manner, in a good thing, for a good purpose. And when you do so, you are a better person. You would feel yourself, like I said many times, that you cannot understand the taste of a sweet unless you taste it. So this is the sweet of spirituality. When you taste it, you get the knowledge of it. You get the feeling of it. You achieve the emotions of it. And when these emotions, these godly feelings, these godly powers attach with you, you are never alone. So always feel, always think yourself, always take this in mind that you are never alone. There are infinite number of powers that always want to attach with you. So always live your life trying to do something better, trying to understand the purpose of your life and living your life which resembles that purpose. Do anything, do any work, but always keep in mind that it helps the people, it helps the creatures, it helps the entire nature in some way and never harms it. So that was the thing that was said in the scripture by the word Chotaman. God helps us. God nourishes all our desires, which are good desires. And whenever we make good desires, good aims, all the godly powers attached with that aim and make that aim, make that desire their own desires and help us through the path. And one day we become the person who has won this life, who has understood, who has gained the victory on this life. And this is how we could transform our life and lives of all the people around us, becoming an example for all the people. And this is the true purpose of our life, that we never do any such thing that breaks apart, that blemishes the reputation of humanity on this earth, that brings disdain upon the humanity. We never do any such works that break the reputation of humanity on this earth. So this is our life, our accountability, and we are the responsible person to live this life purposefully. Understand the purpose of your life and do all these works, all the physical works, remain imbued with the feeling of humanity. Always resonate with the feeling of humanity. And that's how you'd be able to build a better community, to build a better country, a better world, and become world citizens and help all the people around the earth, irrespective of whatever country they are, whatever religion they are, whatever race they are, whatever culture they are, because everyone are the sons and daughters of God, and this is what matters the most. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.